What's up? What's up? Good morning. Yeah, I definitely just opened my eyes. But I wanted to say something that I remember from a video that I was watching last night. He was talking about the story of Joseph and how Joseph's brothers, sold him off and he became like a slave in Egypt, and then he ended up becoming a prisoner. Sorry, y'all. Then he ended up becoming a prisoner, but in the end, he was still pretty much like in charge of the whole Egypt and was responsible for taking care of that whole, country and its land. So then he started talking about how Joseph's brothers decided that they wanted to take the robe and they were going to kill him. Well, one of the brothers was like, don't kill him. Let's not shed, any blood. How about we just kill an animal, put the animal blood on the robe, and then give the robe to our father and, let him think what he thinks, but let's not really shed any of Joseph's blood, So that's how Joseph ended up just being sold off and not killed. So the point was that two things. The brothers took the robe that was made for Joseph, because Joseph was, favorited, in a sense, it is what it is. But it did nothing for the favor and the promise that the Lord had on Joseph's life. And that was, one of the points that he was making. People can strip you down. People can take everything and anything from you. But if you have favor in the Lord, if the Lord has given you a promise, that promise is going to come to pass regardless of the outside factors, regardless of what you lose, regardless of what people take from you, regardless of what people do to you, regardless of how people treat you, regardless of that job that you lose, regardless of that money, those financial issues. Okay, so you just remember that. If you have favor and you have a promise that God has given you, it doesn't matter what happens in your life, because it's going to come to pass. It's going to come to pass. It might come to pass in a different way that it was supposed to because of the obstacles and the things that have been thrown, in your path, but it's going to come to pass. And as long as you stay faithful and you stay trusting of the plan that the Lord has for you and the goals that the Lord has for you and the blessings that the Lord has for you and the promise that the Lord has for your life, even the promises that you don't know, just remember, it don't matter what's taken from you. All of God's promises will come to pass.